everyone, welcome back. As you can tell, there are some pretty big changes happening here. I don't have the time to explain it all in this video, so either go check me out on Twitch, where I will likely talk all about it, or check my vlog channel later this week, because I plan on doing a video just about all the things that I'm learning with all of this recording stuff and all the things that are changing and have been happening with the recording stuff and whatnot. So go check those places out. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. Couple of things. One, the landscaping is terrible, as always. I am not a landscaper. I will fully admit that. The landscaping is absolutely awful. Well, not all of it, just the landscaping right around the house. You'll see in a minute. Two, I was actually feeling quite depressed when I made this build. We had woken up to snow covering all, tables, chairs, the grassy surfaces, not the sidewalks or the roads or anything like that. It was wet, because it was a light, fluffy snow, and it was warm enough by the time we woke up in the morning that it was starting to already melt on the pavements. But definitely the grassy areas, tables, chairs, anything, that had a cool underneath or whatever, covered in snow. And I've already been feeling kind of not great to begin with lately. And so that was like the icing on the cake, if you will. I mean, if the cake was made of dog poop and the icing was made of, I don't know, some kind of poison. I know that seems a little dramatic. To be honest with you, though, I really, truly was fairly depressed and struggling a lot when I made this build. And I just really wanted spring. I wanted warmth. I wanted flowers. I wanted something that was not cold, snowy, wintry Wisconsin. And that's why I built this. That was kind of my inspiration. A little spring Easter cottage that I could see little bunnies running around the yard in. I mean, literally, because it is in Henford on Bagley. So, like, literally, you can see little bunny rabbits running around and everything. And I just needed that. I needed that in real life, and I haven't gotten it yet. So, I made it in The Sims. But I'm not a landscaper, so the landscaping right directly around the house is awful. The rest of the landscaping is not bad. There are a few things that I wish I would have added or not put in, but most of the landscaping is not bad. It's just those flowers and the vines that I put up. You'll see in a minute here around these things that I did not love so much. I kind of regret them a little bit. I was going for a very specific look, and it just did not turn out the way I wanted it to. I wish I would have carried that landscaping around the other side of the house. I forgot, and I wasn't even paying any attention that the waterfall was over there, and likely in a real life scenario on that side of your yard, you would probably have some kind of little seating arrangement so you can sit there and look at the waterfall while you have a late summer, supper or whatever. But I wasn't thinking. I was thinking that nobody's going to go over there. Nobody's really going to see it that much. So why bother landscaping it too much on the other side? That was a big mistake. Now that I'm looking at it, playing back for me, that was definitely a big mistake. But everything else, I think, turned out kind of cute. I did have some struggles inside with placing objects in certain areas, but I still think it turned out really cute. This is not my style. I would not like to live in a house like this at all, not even a little bit. But I like looking at this style, if that makes sense. I don't want to live in something that's styled this way, but I like looking at pictures of it. I would put photos, or not photos, but like paintings or canvases of a cute little springy cottage like this up in my house. But I don't want my house to be decorated like the cute little springy cottage. Does that make me weird? I feel like that makes me a little bit weird and a little bit contradictory, but I'm okay with that because, you know, if we're all the same, then life is really boring, and I don't want to be the same as everybody else. I want to be me. I want to be uniquely me. I want to have a glass and stone and concrete and wooden modern house with cute little pictures of garden cottages on the walls because I'm weird like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed playing around with the cheats and the move objects on and placing things where I don't typically place them at. Just because it makes me nervous that the Sims are not going to be able to use stuff. I'm an old time simmer from the days when they were like, do not use move objects on. Don't do it. It will ruin your whole game. And now people are all like, nah, do it. The Sims are a lot smarter than they used to be. Are they though? I mean, really think about it. Are the Sims smarter than they used to be? I mean, maybe comparing the Sims 4 to the original Sims, the Sims are smarter than they used to be. But I don't think they've evolved that far yet. I've run into a few problems using move objects on, so I use it very lightly and sparingly. And that's my style, and you know what? I'm sticking with it. And that's okay, because it's okay to be us, right? Whoever we are. I think the living room in the end turns out really cute. I struggled. Like I said, though, I was not feeling my best at the time. I was feeling really sad and depressed, and I was struggling to just do anything, really. But I think in the end, all that struggle, I think the living room turned out cute. You know what? I kind of like the kitchen too. I think the kitchen turned out really cute too. I'm kind of proud of this little weird spring cottage core cottage that's very maximalist style. I like it. I think it turned out cute. And that's just me rambling on because we still have, I don't know, several more minutes to go. Some 6 more minutes to go, and I've run out of things to talk about. This is the only part of this build that frustrated me. You cannot put the stuff right level with the mantle. You have to slightly sink it down into the mantle, otherwise it floats a significant amount above it, and you can really tell no matter what angle the camera is at. You can definitely see that it is floating above the mantle. So you lose a lot in the bottom of the objects when you have to sink them down in. With the candles, though, it made them look kind of cute. But I was disappointed in having to sink the jar and the little bunny rabbit bookends down in because they just don't have the same look and effect as when you can see the full object, but it works, and it decorated the mantle, so that was kind of the most important thing in the end. I didn't realize, and you'll see it here in a second, but I put a rug down. It'll be here eventually, maybe. Here it is. Okay. I put a rug down, and it's a cute rug. I like it. I like the style of it. I think it goes well, but I didn't realize that I accidentally put it underneath the fireplace. I kind of regret that a little bit because you wouldn't have that in real life, and I like to stay semi-realistic if I can, when I can, where I can. So oh, are you okay, puppy? My dog just choked on something. If and when I can, I like to stay, did I already say that? Stay realistic? Maybe I did. I don't remember, but you get the idea. I might change that if I go back in before I upload it to the gallery. I might pull that rug out from under the fireplace because obviously it doesn't make any sense that way. The kitchen is small. I will give you that, and there's not a lot of space at the table to eat. But I like it. I think it's cute. I think it turned out nice. I think it's definitely a little cottage kitchen, and I kind of like that about it. I didn't know what trash can, like there were some areas like the stove and the trash can and stuff like that. I had no idea which objects to use because to me none of them look like they really fit all that well in this style unless I only used things from cottage living. But then I was just making a cottage living build, and that's not what I wanted. What I wanted was just a Sims 4 spring farm, basically, cottage farm. That's what I was going for. I also, not to brag on myself more, but I also think I did a good job with making these shelves look good, even though they overlap. I like that there's little decorative areas here for little decorative pieces or just to make it look a little fancier because they overlap the way they do. I will warn you though that if you download this, those overlapping parts of the shelves in the video look great, but in gameplay, you can see the graphics of the different shelves fighting to be on top. So it does like this weird graphic glitch flickering thing, which is why I stuck those flowers there on the shelves above the sink to hide that glitching as much as I could because it was driving me nuts. Otherwise, I wouldn't have put flowers there. I was planning on putting something else there or just leaving it blank even, but I needed to get rid of that like flickering look that was just irritating me. That countertop that I just did with the little book being opened and the little like Dutch oven, that's so adorable. That's my favorite part of the kitchen. It was so cute. I just fell in love with that little countertop spot there. I'm like, do I have a spot in my kitchen I could possibly do something like that in? I am not as in love with the bedroom as I am the rest of the house. By this point in the building process, I was feeling pretty down. I was just ready to be done. I think I even took like an hour-long break to kind of collect myself and get back in the headspace for building again. And I think it shows because I didn't put as much effort into this space. I didn't add as many decorative details and stuff. I kind of regret that. I kind of wish I would have. The pictures on the dresser, by the way, are placeholders for like family photo type things. I love putting that in my builds so that, you know, you could see what it would look like if you had a whole like row of family photos from your Sims family or whatever. So that's kind of why I put the pear and the apple pictures there. I did forget to do a walkthrough on this video. Like I said, I was not in a great space, but I hope you enjoyed it anyways. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you as always for watching. I appreciate it. I really hope you enjoyed.